Damn it! That's what I get for being away for a weekend. I forget how to do the whole damn thing. How are you doing, Wolf? It's been one of those days, apparently. Some aqua. I was just talking to no one, evidently, about how much I enjoyed being away in the mountains. Well, that sounds kind of like a you problem. But then again, it's not the most accurate, I wouldn't say. The kind of lip sync. So maybe it's a little bit of a me problem. Can I work to fix that? Can I make that a little bit more accurate? Doesn't look like it, unfortunately. It was great. Wolf, it was great being out of the town for a little bit. I was able to get the wood fire going on, which was lovely. And yeah, it was just really nice being in a different area. The bed sucked though, so I slept terribly, which I'll be honest, not great. But I was able to have a good nap tonight, which was tonight, this afternoon. I'm looking forward to sleeping well tonight in my own bed. I mean, nothing beats your own bed, right? So the lip sync import is from here. What if we do that? Turn that down a bit. Maybe that'll do something? Don't know. We'll just wing it. Let's launch Horizon. I've come back a little bit invigorated, I guess you could say, looking forward to doing stuff. Damn, 45 Ks. Yeah. After walking 45 Ks, the bed would be so choice. So comfortable. But it really, like being away from your bed, even if it's in like a really nice place, really makes you appreciate how good your bed is. Like how good you've already got it with just your bed. There's very few like hotel beds that I've ever been at that are better than my bed behind me. Not that my bed behind me is particularly great, but it's mine. I know how it works, I know its terrain, it knows my terrain. We've got this kind of synergistic relationship. We understand each other. And it's hard to develop that kind of relationship on a weekend away. In Japan Wake, where did we get up to? Alan had been. We went to the overlap, the kind of red zone. Alan appeared on the shore, was like washed up from the lake. And we got him back to our crib. And that's where we got up to. Oh, and no, the last thing. Alan Wake woke up or whatever in the green room of the late night talk show, getting ready to go on stage to talk with the talk show host. That was literally the last thing that we did. I called it quits there because it was already a little bit late, and I figured this could be an important, fun part after it. So we'll leave that for next time. Like the actor,
Welcome back,
or the
comrade.
character, because it's. I don't know why I specify, because it's no for both. I recognize the actor, because he's one of those kind of actors that just kind of turns up everywhere. But no, I do not know the name of either. I noticed that Sam Lake is going to turn up in the talk show because I saw his character, his like image on the thing. Okay, keep your secrets. Well, we'll find out together on Wednesday then. Daily drivers. Okay. Well. There's some cars here. Maybe an S1. S1 could be fun. Okay. Well, I appreciate your discretion. A lesser man than you would just say, "Oh, it's this," and then just spoil it all. Yeah, let's use the S1. It'll be easy to park, and it will be quick. Two very important things to have. Well, it was right at the end of the thing, so I just didn't remember it. Like, I saw it, but I just can't remember what it was. Mr. Okay. Mr. Door. Huh. Is that a reference to, like, Night Springs or something? Wait, are we all-wheel drive? We are all-wheel drive. Just go for that. We want the race springs. I mean, I've only played, what, 2-3 hours of it? Is it Scary Door? the Futurama knockoff of the Twilight Zone? I've only played like 2.5, 3 hours of it. Welcome in, Boba. How you doing? How was your weekend? My weekend was fantastic, Boba. I really enjoyed it. I got out of town for a little bit, change of scenery, got a fireplace going in the evening, like a wood fire. Really nice. Really nice. Yeah, I've only played like 2.5, 3 hours of Alan Wake 2, but really vibing with it. Like, I knew I would. It's been very well reviewed. But yeah, big fan. Really enjoying it. A lot of rest. That is good. I mean, that is important, right? I feel like... I mean, maybe I'm a little bit too rest-pilled. But it's an important part of life, right? You can't just always be on, you know? You gotta take some time. You may, Wolf. I will allow it. And tomorrow I'm getting a ceiling fan put in, which is nice. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm the same. I'm either... I oscillate wildly between, like, we're all in on work. Like, I don't take a lunch break. We're working from, admittedly not at like an early start, 9 till maybe even 7 p.m. at the office. Because we've got to get, you know, there's a deadline to just like straight up chilling. So I do oscillate wildly. Okay. Is it something that you want to share with the class, or is it something that I should just look at? I can just look at on my own. I would like to be able to do that. During the COVID lockdown, it was really nice to be able to just like work, kind of set up your own arrangement for work a little bit. I would try and, well, probably to my detriment, I just like work through from, like wake up late and then just work through till kind of the early afternoon and then go for a walk after that before dinner. Didn't always work out like that, but it was nice to be able to kind of form your own day around how you wanted it to be. Oh, excuse me. Boba, you're a genius. That's very clever. I mean, if you can do that kind of thing, I 100% encourage it. That's right, you said you had something like 3 jobs? Am I right in remembering that? Okay, let's have a brief look at this message. Okay, I will read that later. But I do like how intertwined Wolf, Control, and Alan Wake are. Like, there's that FPC station just outside of Cauldron Lake. And the FPC seems to be not quite an important character, but very present. Yeah, no, I read the opening up bit about Dylan and Mr. Dorr. I just want to... I'll read the rest of it afterwards. My condolences, Boba. I think I want to do, like, a sleeper car. He says as he's got pretty bitching rims on his car. Or we do a German car. We could do a German car. What's the German flag again? I'm embarrassed to say I don't quite know the arrangement of the colors. Black, red, yellow. Okay, so if we go red, then we can go black on the top, have a black top, and then like a yellow bottom. Oh, we got custom colors. What's the other one? Ah, well that might be easy. If we can do that, that might save some time. Yeah, I think black down to there. Then it'll be black along there. Yeah, if you want to post in the server, Wolf, if you want to. If you don't feel obliged. I also applied for 2 new jobs over the weekend. Two federal government roles. For what's called a digital traineeship. Which, I'm not entirely certain what it means, but I think it's basically looking for, let's be honest, nerds, to train up and kind of distribute around the public service to help them get more technologically savvy, basically. I was like, yeah, I can maybe do that. They did make the mistake of saying that they didn't need, or I didn't need to be, like, specifically trained. A government job is honestly the dream. I mean, as you may have guessed from me applying for one. I just would really like something a little bit more laid back than... Oh, that was the wrong decision. In the private sector. Private sector gets a little bit too frenetic at times. Okay, well, it's, yeah, from what I've heard, it does sound like you're doing a little bit better than some other parts of the country, yeah. Which might not be necessarily a huge bar to clear, but still, you know, you take your victories where you can get them, right? Yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of trouble because that ridge is not straight. That's alright, I appreciate the luck, Boba. Best of luck with the time card. Now we want to change color. Or we make that black. I should make an Alan Wake redeem where it just like flashes up one of those jump scares, just like bah! The black and white kind of film jump scares. I think if we really stretch this circle out. We might get an approximation of what we're looking for. And then if we do that... Oh, that cuts out far too much. Okay. So what if we do this then? We cut that and put it above it. Beautiful. That is, as they say in the business, adequate. And that is kind of what we're going for here. I'm under no illusion that this is going to be, like, great. I will settle for adequate. That kind of lines up. Oh, not at the bottom though. Little bit of red peeking out there. I'm getting a ceiling fan installed tomorrow, which I'm very excited about. Getting ready for summer, which, if I'm honest, already feels like it's kind of here in Sydney. It was 25 degrees today. Which, you know, not hugely warm, obviously. But when you consider that it's August, pretty damn hot. Far hotter than it probably should be, in my opinion. We just got to do the back and the roof, and then we are home and hosed. You been playing anything new recently out of curiosity, Wolf? Yeah, any juicy goss? Oh, too cerebral, too much lore. Gotta be careful reading that lore, it can be dangerous. Now we've got the Zenless Zone 0 up in here now. We go for a carbon fiber roof, maybe. The grain would be enormous though, wouldn't it? Nah, let's just go black. Black's easy. Kind of a shame you can't just make it a special material, the vinyl. Deep dark secrets. See if you can find out where he buried his treasure. Yeah, Alan Wake and his booty. What do we want to put on the side of this whip? What if we search up Germany? Hopefully we don't get anything super racist. Germanent. German flag. Well, it wasn't too long, but it turned up. Germany times Japan. It's a little bit suspicious. The Iron Cross. What's coming out in November? Ah, Stalker. I haven't actually played. Have you played the first Stalker out of curiosity? I know it's pretty damn janky, but it's also quite the cult game. How did you find it? Mexico times Germany. Interesting. DFB logo. Bless Ukraine. I mean, excuse me, of course, yes. Team viewer. Yeah. I haven't played it myself, any of them. I have read the book that it's based off of, Roadside Picnic, which is quite interesting. But it's not like exactly like that, but well, I imagine you'd be coming up to the end of school soon. So you'll be having a lot of time on your hands. Just get it out of that door handle a little bit. Something like that. Wow. You got any plans for the end? You going on a trip to celebrate or anything like that? What if we just go German? Like a schoolies thing or whatever? Personally, I never did the schoolies thing. I just, yeah, I wasn't a drinker or a partier myself either. Though I was very lucky, I did get a job the day I finished, actually. What do we want? I mean, East Germany would be funny. I think most of us can agree with that. Gotta get the GDR in here. Volks Racing. Racing for the people. You may have gotten it when you bought Alan Wake 2, perhaps, or something. We need something for the bonnet. Is there like GDR-san? Or a GDR waifu? Okay, what about East Germany? Well, I can't say I'd recommend Alan Wake American Nightmare unless you're really Alan Wake pilled. That black is not the same black as this black. Interesting. Let's fix that. It almost feels like they were trying to make a COD Zombies like thing, and then decided to make it single player. Like, I could see it working as a COD Zombies game with multiple authors or whatever. But that's not what it was. What if we look up waifu? Oh wait, hold on. East Germany. No, GDR. And this time it's really seized the means of production. Okay, I've got a few more. I did appreciate that the ragdolls worked properly in that for some reason. Well, I mean, I feel like this is what we did last time as well. We have been very thorough, maybe, is the word. Particular about how the car looks. What about waifu? Maybe we get a waifu on the bonnet. Nothing really jumping out at me. I mean, that guy, Mr. Gleason, could be good. But ideally it'd be something a bit communist. Like Soviet Chan. Who are you? Blue, green, pink. I don't know if that's your name, ma'am. Okay, what about Soviet? I take it that's a level in Alan Wake 2? Ah. Well, come on in, Wrench. How you doing? I think I need to make that a little bit louder. Add that to the to-do list. Make door knock louder. So, this is our car. It's a German Audi. And this is the East German symbol. And I was trying to figure out what I want to put on the bonnet. I was hoping for something East German, but I was like, maybe I could get in the side door and go for Soviet and see if there's something there. Ooh, driver's test on Thursday. You feel like you're up to it? I was pretty rubbish at my driver's test. I think I did it several times. Yeah, I did my L's test twice. What are we looking for? Panzer? That's German. I mean, that lady could work, but unfortunately she's got the American star on her side. Where's Pravda here? What if we did this lady? But we made it white. It's already in 1500 layers. Wrench. We're pretty much max that I'd want it to be. Oop, too small. What do we just put it on the roof? What do we even bother with this? I mean, I know it's not a tall car, but... Oh, that's right, there was the Jordan car. And there's also the hide and seek, right? Is coming too. Which is kind of weird. But also cool. Like, I'm not going to complain too much about it. Yeah, I need to have a look at that. Thank you for sending that through. So we could do that. But there was also, if we wanted to have that lady, I believe this is the same one. We could do this instead. Yeah, it's a little bit lower than maybe it should be, but also, what are you gonna do? Nah, let's stick with what we've got. I think we're doing alright in terms of how the whip looks. I feel like it can't be a car if it doesn't have the Nürburgring on the back, right? A stay away sign on the back. Keep distance. See if that gives us anything. It does. Abstan Holten. Let's do that. It's on brand. It's a German sign. It's a white color, so it'll stand out on the yellow. I think. We just need to get this mirrored over. What L? I have taken no L. Oh, you're talking about my L plates from back in the day. Yeah. That was years ago now. But yes, I have had the L plates. Speaking of which, I should check when my license runs out. I don't think it's going to be too long away. 'Cause I think I got it when I was 21, and I got a 10-year license. And I'm 31. So, can't be far away from it having to be renewed. My L plates were particularly rough. We could only go 80 Ks. And we had to do like 120 hours. Including, I think, 20 hours of night driving. I feel like it's not uncommon to not have a plate on the front in this game. But yeah, I mean, here, unless there's something really unusual, almost every car will have a plate on the front and the back. We just need to play around a little bit with the anti-roll. Wrench, I'm not sure what you mean with that last message. Do you mind having another shot of that? Okay, this feels pretty alright. Let's go find a team. I'm putting together a team to beat the AI. I don't know what the VAR is. Is that Indian SUV you were talking about a couple of streams ago? Oh, the Mahindra VAR, or whatever, however you pronounce it. Well, it doesn't have any Mahindra cars. Well, does it have any Indian cars, actually? I mean, I suppose strictly Land Rover and Jaguar count as Indian cars, in a sense. In the same way that Minis should probably count as German cars. But,
More power!
how do you reckon Alan is? Like, mentally? No Suzuki either, which I'm really bummed out about. I would love to have a Suzuki Swift Sport in this game, or... How old? I'd say he's older than me. I'd say he's got to be 40 or so, right? I wouldn't say he's 50. Maybe mid-40s? No, Alan Wake. I don't know if maybe they haven't approached Mahindra for... Oh, actually, was there an Indian car in Horizon 4? Maybe there was. Like a concept car of sorts. But maybe Mahindra doesn't feel the need to add their cars. Maybe Horizon doesn't want to feel the need to add the cars. I don't know. There's an awful lot that goes into adding a car in Horizon. I realise that back black bar shouldn't be straight, that should be curved down following the ridge again. Adding more trucks into Horizon would be choice. So it's not just the Unimog and... I think it's the Volvo and the Mercedes truck? What other ones? Oh, we had a lot of my cars that we could pick. But we're picking the one we made. Yeah, the Unimog. That's about as big as they come. Sure, it's not a semi-truck, but it's like twice the size of almost every other car in the game. Basically a German military truck. Kind of clipping into the fence there. We should do alright in this because we haven't got the highest top speed, but I think we've got pretty good get up and go because we've got a 10-speed gearbox. I mean, look, if that's the biggest problem that we're going to have today, the camera clipping slightly through a fence, we're doing pretty alright. Yes. Well, I'm driving it in manual mode at least. So I can't imagine it'd be a 10-speed automatic gearbox. like with a stick shift. Because I don't even know if trucks have a 10-speed stick shift. We'd have to ask Shadow if he was here. They might. So I'm not sure if it's just like 2 6-speed gearboxes with like a high and a low range. Get out of it, Civics. Basically in Horizon, I played Horizon 2, that was my first Horizon. And I played that in automatic mode, and towards the end of the game, I just realized my right hand wasn't really doing anything but pulling the trigger to accelerate. So I thought, well, maybe I should try out manual so I can actually do something with my right hand while I'm, you know, using the controller. And it's been fun ever since. Call on the power of communism. And Japan, apparently. Damn, that guy caught up fast. He spun out. Well, they spun out, I guess, is probably more accurate. I think he might have a little bit of a power build. Yeah, judging from the bonnet, doesn't have a huge amount in the way of handling. Oh, for flip's sake. Both for delivery drivers, just knocking me off the road. Ah! Ah! I mean, even just like GTA 4 physics, where your player gets launched out of the front windshield. It is a little bit of a demolition derby out here, though. My car was in pretty good nick until, like, this last lap. Oop. Now I have very little resale value. Fast and Furious car? I mean, they released a different Fast and Furious pack each time, though. I guess it's, like, relative to what movie Fast and Furious films coming out at the time. Oh, the final... Oh, sorry, the Final Fantasy. You can see how I'd get confused, though, right? Yeah, couldn't you... Wasn't there, like, an event to unlock it? And you could... You could, like, transform it, right? Is that right? You could, like, transform it into different modes? Or you could, like, unlock it in different modes? Or, like, there were body kits for different modes? Because, like, in the game, that car can fly, right? Like, you can unlock a flight mod. Oh, alright, Wrench. If we're gonna get specific, I suppose you're correct. FNF is probably more accurately Fast and Furious. But I would also argue that when you're talking about cars, just double F. F ampersand F also works. But I would also argue that just double F probably qualifies in Fast and Furious. I think I'm back. It seems to drop connection like 45 minutes in each time. Thanks for having me back, guys. I don't know why it does that, but Seems to. That and symbol, I think, is called an ampersand. I think is its like proper name. Wrench, but I don't know for sure. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I wonder if there's something gone a bit funny with the latest update on OBS. I'll have to do some research tomorrow, try and figure it out. Good morning, Inadequate. How you doing? How was your weekend? Ampersand. Well, there you go. That's how you spell it, and I have confirmation. Ow. Rude. That is fantastic to do. As did I. Very relaxing, very lovely. Got a wood fire. Oh, it had it all. More leave, yes, but this time out of town. Which is always just a little bit nicer. You know, a bit of a change of scenery. Hang out with the family. Just all that good stuff. Blue team wins. So while we were away, we saw there's a new film on... Well done, that's a good speed. On Amazon Prime called Jackpot. Which has the male lead is... what was it? The male lead is John Cena. And that's what made me think about it. Because I don't think anyone else could have done that role as well as John Cena did. Because he kind of doesn't take himself too seriously. Like, someone like The Rock wouldn't have been able to do it, because I think he's a little bit too high off his own fumes. The Rock. You know, like, doesn't allow himself to lose fight scenes, that kind of stuff. Whereas it seems like I read your message, Wolf. Seems like John Cena does allow himself to lose fights. I don't know, like, is there an actor or a director where you see that they're on a film or whatever and you go, I'm gonna have to check that out because they're in it? Like, for directors, for me, it's Denis Villeneuve. If I see him on a project, then I'm almost certain it's going to be a good production. Oh, he's a man of good taste. I highly vibe with Denis Villeneuve's style of directing, and the projects he chooses are almost always good. I don't think he's really had a miss.
At the roundabout, take the second exit. In 400 meters, turn left. Turn left.
I don't know if there's an actor that I'm particularly, like, in love with, in the same way as the Denis Villeneuve as a director. Like, I don't think there's any actor or actress that I see in a production where I'm like, well, I've got to see this now.
Arrived at your destination.
No, not at all. I left literally as I was facing the option to be sucked into the TV, and I imagine that's when you get on the talk show. That's the MCU wrench. Daniel Radcliffe is a good choice, inadequate. I thoroughly get behind your choice. Actually, now that I think about it, just thinking about Daniel Radcliffe, the closest I could get to it might be Robert Pattinson, actually. Like, he was really good in Tenet. He's really good in The Batman. He seems like he takes on some good productions. Are we alright with the tuning on this? Didn't do that, but it doesn't look like it's too bad. Christopher Nolan is a good director. Wasn't that Joaquin Phoenix or something like that? Joaquin Phoenix? He's the guy who's the Emperor in Gladiator and Napoleon in the new Napoleon film. Well, that second one's coming out soon. The musical with Lady Gaga, right? As what's-her-face, Harley Quinn. I haven't seen the first one yet. Yeah, it was unfortunate that Batwoman was kind of cancelled, but well, that seems to be like the corporate world these days in Hollywood. They're more likely to kind of just not release it and get the tax cuts. Well, now hold on. For all you know, Ms. J might be the one raising up Mr. J. We don't know yet. Yeah, there was a Batwoman film with Rosario Dawson, a lady who's in Ahsoka. She was playing Batwoman, I believe. And as far as I know, it was all finished, ready to go, and then the Warner Brothers people cancelled it. In their infinite wisdom. And just wrote it off as as a tax loss. It was a live-action film, so I haven't watched much in the way of DC animated in a long time. The last DC animated thing I think I watched was Batman by Gaslight. It was kind of a Edwardian period kind of Chicago World Fair Batman. It was pretty good. The last series that I watched animated from DC was Young Justice, which I'm always a huge fan of. Next on the list of games, not sure. There's still a lot of meat on Alan Wake 2's bones. I don't think I've ever heard of Final Space, actually. Yes, and I do have one expansion, and there is in theory a second one on the way at some point. So there's still a lot of meat on Alan Wake 2's bones. So for the time being, I haven't really thought about it too much. Ideally, Alan Wake 2 will take up a majority of September. So then we can get into something like Resident Evil or whatever in October for Halloween. Get some spooky games going on. Like Resident Evil or Outlast 2 or something like that. Or even Evil Within. That's a game that I've never played, but kind of interested in a little bit. There is also the hot tub stream idea. Thank you. Inadequate. Thank you for reminding me of that idea. Not that you've got any, invested interest in any of that, so it's very selfless of you to bring it up.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Well, they've got Calendar Man in it, don't they? In almost all of the Batman Arkham games. So they give you, and he gives you like a different response depending on the day that you go. My brother adored the Arkham games. I think Arkham Asylum the most of all. And I should have a look at them. So they are definitely in the... They are definitely on the list. So far, I think the worst boss fights I've had is in
Turn left.
Fallen Order, Jedi Knight Fallen Order, Star Wars Fallen Order, something like that. A combination of those words in some order. I found the last boss, the lady, one of the Black Jedi Master lady's apprentices at the end of that first game. Particularly tough to beat.
Arrived at your destination.
At one point I should add like a sub goal or something for a subathon or whatever to play like a Souls game. Dark Souls or whatever. What is the Peacekeeper wrench? Obviously it's a gun. But what is it? Because I don't know if I have, at least I don't know by name. Well, I know, like, the closest I've gotten to playing an actual Dark Souls game is, the Jedi Knight games, right? And I've never actually played Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Demon Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro. I've heard that Elden Ring is the one to get in on. It is the easiest one. Because there are so many different games in that kind of genre now. RuneScape. I actually never played... Well, easiest relatively in terms of like how to... Maybe not... Like the most user-friendly maybe is a better way to put it. Like it's by no means easy or straightforward, just that it's a bit more approachable than the other ones are. That MG is just pulling away. No, I think I played maybe 10 minutes of... Hold on, I'm going to try that again. We will not come second. Not to the AI. Yeah, I mean, you can't win when it comes to gamers, right? Someone's always going to be complaining. Ow. That was entirely my own fault. That one, not so much. For that matter, actually, I haven't... There's also Armored Core as well, which I guess is kind of a Souls-like of sorts. I haven't played that either. Oh, it wasn't an MG, it was a Mercedes. In my defense, the Tasmanian Devil with all his money, for some reason, does kind of camouflage it a bit from a distance. Love it. Actually, I have played a little bit of... Oh, what is it called? It was a Souls-like, but it had a kind of almost claymation animation style to it. And your character didn't really have like any facial features. I don't think any of the characters did, actually. What was the name of that game? What was the name of that game? Oh, I'm just checking if I can try and find out the name of this game. It was a fighting game. I think that'll be the category to be under. I don't know. I can't remember now. So I have played a little bit of one. Maybe a couple of hours. Put all the way over here. I did hear that the Elden Ring DLC was a pretty difficult one. Oh, yes. Now that would be an interesting game, actually, everything. That is a weird game. For those who don't know, it's an open world game. I don't actually know what the objective is. But, you know, you've got, like, sheep, trees, fences, just kind of open world stuff on the map. And you can play as all of those things. Islands, the planet itself, it's weird. I'll add it to the old Steam wish list. I haven't thought about the game since I saw Donkey play it, video game Donkey. Yeah, I wouldn't think it'd be too much of a series, that's for sure. It would be interesting. him as a character is all the way to the front. We might have this one with that. I think this one. I hope, assuming I haven't jinxed it just then. Like I haven't, which is a huge plus. Well, the Laken Co. 03 Plus did us. Did a good service to us. Treated us well. Maybe that's the word I was looking for. I don't know what I was looking for, to be honest. Words. But what words they were, I am unsure. Okay, so we done did that one. Now we need to done do this one. Okay, let's go get there real quick. I don't got teleport kind of money. I mean, I've only got, what, $78 million credits in the game? That's only hypercar money, not teleportation money. How'd your thing go on Thursday, Inadequate? Your presentation thing? If you don't mind me asking, of course. So far, 0 points in this drift zone. Very pleased about that. We have been ascending it. Well, that's good, I guess. At least something's sound. That's alright. I remember you mentioning it, and might as well follow up. Oh, look, a red double blimp. Like a double rainbow, but more Forza branded. That's actually a pretty bitching photo. Timeless. Took a photo at every time setting. Damn, I am good at this thing that we call photography. I need to try and make some more emotes. I want to try and make a Pog emote somehow, and a Keck W emote. I think those are the ones that I'm definitely missing. I feel like I want to be able to Pog in my chat and in other people's chat.
Turn left.
Oh, missed the house. Luckily our insurance premiums didn't go up because we missed the house.
Turn left.
But our maintenance will go up because we're driving on the dirt road. What the hell? I'll do the centers for the hedges.
Turn right. Turn right.
You can only get so dirty, right? When it comes to driving the car off-road. Couldn't imagine traveling this fast in real life. 300 kilometers an hour. The fastest I've ever gone, certainly with me at the driver's seat, is 150, 160 Ks, I think. When I was trying to overtake a caravan before double yellow line started on a rural trip.
At the roundabout, take the second exit. In 400 meters, turn left.
Ooh, that was so bloody close.
Turn left.
Could have exchanged insurance information just by reaching out our hand at that. We were that close.
Arrived at your destination.
And across the line. Hey, Volkswagen, how you doing? Alright. What car are we going to use? Let's find out. A 370Z. That's fine. The 350/370Z is a cool car, very Need for Speed Underground coded, which is always a plus. It does sound pretty nice. Alrighty, come on, get through. Excuse me. So clean. That dog is not going to have a fun time as a street race drives past. But it is not contained or on a leash. Let's try that corner again. This time with a bit more braking. There we go, much better. Look at that, round the corner properly. You'd love to see it. I do like how colourful some of the houses are around here. Australian houses are particularly bland, particularly the new ones. There's a lot of grey houses around and it's just like, ugh. Like, make it a colour, you know, add a bit of, I don't know, whimsy. Doesn't always have to be about resale value. Close to going across the line. I'm not entirely certain why, but I would definitely describe this car as thick, with probably 2 C's. It's just got a very kind of rounded posterior. I feel like that's kind of the shape that has always kind of subconsciously spoken to me about. Like, it's just got a big bit. It's not quite making as big a scene as the old Renault Meganes are, but it still seems to have a badonkadonk on it, you know? I'm sure you guys know. You seem like the kind of people who would know about this kind of stuff.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
I do want to just real quick travel to the nearest festival site and just check something. Yeah, can we make this car just a little bit more bitchin'? The answer is yes. Wait, hold on. I don't want this. I want this. No, there isn't a body. The wide body kit. It's a real shame. Good old HRE. Let's go for that. Pretty straightforward. Nothing too exciting about it, but it does the job. Okay, so we can make it handle quite a bit better. Don't think we'll be able to do anything yet to the tires. Could make them bigger though. We're going for that Underground 2 look. Bigger the better. That'll do, I think. We're going to get a better gearbox, perhaps? Yeah, that'll do. It's a little bit lighter, turns it a little bit better, but it looks a lot cooler. And we just need to paint it an orange metallic so it really matches the Need for Speed Underground 2 cover car look. And that right down. Now let's get some orange paint on this. I think something kind of like that. That custom green caliper. Gonna duck over to the vinyl booth real quick. And look up Underground. See what we get. That's what I was looking for, this kind of stuff. Classic Need for Speed Underground modern vinyl. Anything else that kind of goes hard? That does kind of go hard. The old speedometer from Underground 2. I was looking for the modern ones, so we found that. Now, which one do we want? I think this one is what we want. I think we want a little bit of an angle. Kind of like that. But anything else? I think we want it as a different color. what we do is we copy that, paste it, and kind of move it up and to the left a bit. So, come in here, we make that the white, like that. I think that looks sick as hell. I'll just move it more down like that. And then bring this one back up a bit. That looks tight. Is there anything else that looks sick? Not especially. Let's close it out with the old reliable tag. Nothing particularly taking my fancy out of this selection. Maybe just leave it how it is. It still looks pretty good. But it's a bit more, subtle, maybe? Kinda. It's what I want off-road.
In 400 meters, turn right.
Thank you, Amazon. I knew there was something I meant to do this afternoon.
Turn right.
Turn that off. Actually, speaking of which... Alright, now I've set my alarm. I got a telehealth appointment tomorrow. I need to get some more happy pills. We're not quite fresh out, but we're on... We need some more scripts ready to go.
In 400 meters, turn right. Turn right. In 400 meters, turn right.
Yeah. I feel like I've definitely put a lot more importance on them recently. I'm not entirely certain why that is. I think because I've been sick recently, I've had a lot of pills around me. So I've got 3 in the morning. One's a multivitamin. The 2 others are an antidepressant / anti-anxiety. That adds up to 150 milligrams of something. I don't know what, but it helps, whatever it is, so gotta keep that stream going. Otherwise the big sad comes in and just smacks me in the face. Just bam. Doesn't quite detect that, the punch. No, doesn't quite. There we go. Now almost. Big sad. So we've got to keep the big sad at bay. Yeah, it is. It's definitely something that I have not really... I mean, I find it hard to take care of my health full stop. Just because it's often more fun not to. In the sense of, you know, not having to make the time to make an appointment to go to the dentist, for example. Which I appreciate is also part of, like, mental health, like, that stuff becoming difficult. So it's a unfortunate kind of self-fulfilling prophecy in some senses. Like, I unfortunately have to find another psychologist because my previous psychologist had some sort of health / I suspect cancer diagnosis, so is otherwise occupied. And finding another person is hard. Particularly when you're working full time. Because one of the benefits of... I mean, obviously there's the whole having to reintroduce yourself and kind of re-establish a rapport. But part of the reason that this guy was good for me is because he had sessions early in the morning available. Which meant I was able to go kind of outside of work hours. And it meant that I arrived a little bit late on a Monday or a Friday, whatever day it was on. But that was easier to navigate than having to, like, take an hour and a half, 2 hours out of my day, my work day, to pop on down to the next suburb over or so to go and talk about my problemos. And I've still got to try and organise a psychiatrist appointment. Try and determine if there's some sort of ADHD or whatever going on. But from what I've heard, it is very hard to find one. Certainly in a prompt time frame. Because everyone and their mums these days is getting an ADHD diagnosis, or, you know, getting investigated. So all of the psychiatrists that do that are booked, like, literally months in advance. Which is not super cool.
right. Turn right.
It's not easy being a person. Like, a
400
functioning
meters.
adult or whatever.
Turn sharp left.
Or at least pretending to be one. Pretty full-time job.
Turn sharp left.
More power, baby.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Just missed it when I drove past it. But why is it on the right-hand side? Why isn't it in the middle so I can trigger it from the other side? That would be sensible, wouldn't it? And that's probably why it's not in the middle. Pretty cool looking car, Insomnia. Keep up the good work. It's the new GR. Ow, ow, ow. One, and we should be able to cruise basically. I had really nice chips for lunch today, chat. We went to a place called 2773 in Glenbrook, which is kind of just above the beginning of the Blue Mountains. Like just above the base of the Blue Mountains. And it was really nice. Like the burger, I had what was called a Chuck Norris burger. I don't know why it was called a Chuck Norris burger particularly. It didn't exactly have much in the way of kick to it, which I guess could maybe have been the reason. But it was like grilled chicken, grilled pineapple, bacon, lettuce, tomato, chili, mayonnaise on a bun. And some onions as well. Like it was good, don't get me wrong. My mouth is watering even thinking about it now. But the chips, they did some really nice seasoning on it. The only problem was, it felt like the seasoning was almost too loud, I guess, would be the way to put it. Like, it was good to have maybe a chip here and there, but because I'd eaten my burger already, by the time I was just eating chips at the end, it was a bit much to have all in just like one thing. when you're just eating chips. It got a little bit overwhelming. Oh, my dad sleeping away on the trip away is catching up with me. Very much looking forward to being in my own bed. Alright, let's try the new car. I can finally pretend to be a silver service taxi driver. Toyota Camry! Where is the nearest house? Oh, what was the unlock for that? I just noticed that. What was the unlock for this? DJs now play skill songs. Oh wow, very exciting.
In 200 meters, turn left.
Look, I'm an Uber driver.
Turn left. In 200 meters, turn right. Turn right.
Maybe more of an Uber Black driver, but still. Oh, we've reached your destination. 5 stars, please. I just want to see if I can make this a silver service taxi, specifically. Silver service, for those who don't know, I think is maybe only in New South Wales. But it's kind of like the classy, or it likes to think of itself at least as the classy taxi company. I feel like it's kind of a bit more of a flat plane now, but that's what it used to think of itself as. That's pretty impressive. Like, that is pretty impressive. I do just actually want to look at this, because the amount of work that's gone into this seems pretty high. I'll almost certainly not use it, but damn. Nope. Okay, well, guess we're not looking at it because I accidentally took it off. Oh well. Kind of a grey color. Or is it more of a... Is it actually more of a silver? Let's just go for that. Let's see if there's silver service vinyls on for the car. I think there might be. I think I've seen that before. Silver service? No. Okay. Well, what about taxi? Can always be a yellow cab. I'll settle for that. Drift taxi? No. For it to be an actual taxi brand. But I also don't actually care that much. This is currently front wheel drive, I'm pretty sure. Oh, it's got a wide body kit on it. But we shan't. Wow, you can get a V12 in this. How very Camry. I mean, the best thing you can do is make it a rear-wheel version I'm going to be honest, so we'll do that. To make the rear wheels thick. And more in the corner. Better tire compound. Better brakes. Better springs. Did a 7-speed because it's got a slightly better launch. Race diff. Done all that. That'll do. It'll do nicely. Top of B class. I think it could be alright. I do not know for sure though. Oh, while I was away, the place we were staying at had like a set-top box, a cable TV box kind of thing, and one night there really wasn't much on. So we stumbled across a channel which is just a 24-hour action movie channel, and boy howdy, there was some rough stuff on that. There was a film called Warriors of the Wasteland. Now, I can understand if you haven't heard of this film before. It is a fairly cheap Italian production. Made in 1982 or 83, the year before Terminator. And it's clearly like a pastiche rip-off of Mad Max and Star Wars. And it was very Italian. And very melodramatic and also very cheap. It was great. I would love to be able to buy the rights to it and then like redub it or something. But boy, was it not good. Mystery Fox Theatre. I think everyone does, but I do really enjoy taking the piss out of films with like friends and family.
You have arrived at your destination.
Can we turn that up a bit? Get a bit more oversteer going on. This one was no exception. It was very 80s, like the villain's main henchman. It was set in the nuclear apocalypse because of course it was. Like I said, it was trying to be a little bit like Mad Max. The villain's offsider, a man, had looked like some guy from Eurovision, had hair down to his shoulders, maybe a little bit beyond that. Perfectly straight. Despite being, as I said, nuclear apocalypse. What I think was the female love interest had just really full hair,
Arrive
like
at your destination.
hair metal kind of hair, really full. Kind of like the nanny, actually, from The Nanny. There was also somehow a black American in the film who was a particularly good archer. I'm not entirely certain how they fit in. It didn't help that we came in like the last 20 minutes of the film. So we were clearly like we arrived, I think, just a little bit before the thrilling conclusion. There was also a thrilling car chase at the end, where the big bad drove away in an electric car, which looked like a golf cart which they attached some cardboard triangles to. And then the hero of the piece gave chase in another car, whose form escapes me. But what I do remember is the way that the hero killed the villain was by extending a drill from his car and just kind of piercing the villain. It was weird, and I want to see the whole thing. Is there anything else? Oh, we gotta have a look at the event lab. Almost completely forgot. We can't not look at the event lab. I actually need to, hold on, while we wait for this to load. YouTube. Warriors of the Wasteland? Okay, hold on. Hold on a second. Change of plans. Yeah, it was also set in 2019.
They're coming! They're coming!
Oh, let's get rid of that.
But only we, the Templars, are the ministers of revenge.
Run! Run!
With all the Templars around, you women are getting rare.
What are you doing?
Oh yeah, the main character is called Scorpion as well for some reason.
Can't stay in one place for long. Too many people running after me. But I would have handled it without your help.
Use that anger.
That was the second in command of the evil guy with the
What are
hair.
you here for?
I'm here to kill you.
Oh yeah, he also wore see-through armor at the end, which was weird. It was a choice. Not one I would have made personally, but it was definitely a choice. Now, does it have the full film? Yes, it does! Gonna save that to the Watch It Later playlist. Maybe download it illegally. Save it to the old hard drive. Maybe we've got a movie night coming up. Things to look forward to. It was rough. In like the best possible way. And it's the kind of thing where I don't feel bad about ripping on it. I mean, you know, also, it's very old. But it also just felt like a very almost soulless cash grab, right? Mad Max is cool. Star Wars is cool. I'm gonna put them together in a film, and I'm gonna film it. I believe it was filmed because I checked the wiki. I believe it was filmed like just outside of Rome. If it was filmed in earnestness, like they were legitimately trying to make a cool film, I would. Oh, that's probably fine. That's probably fine. No, this is actually kind of cool. I like the English countryside. Sorry about your wall. Yeah. Like, I don't want to dunk on someone's passion project that just didn't quite work out. But it doesn't feel like this is what that is. It feels like this is the kind of thing where they're like, this will make some money and we'll just kind of throw it together. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they did think this was going to be the next Star Wars. It also, like, I don't think it's never quite as good when it's a film that's clearly meant to be bad, either. You can't make a film meant to be bad. It just doesn't work. The unintentionally bad ones are the best ones. You can't force badness. You have to kind of fall into it accidentally. It has to be legitimate badness, otherwise it just doesn't work as well. That being said, I have never seen The Room. I'm not desperate to, but I've never seen it. If I did buy the rights to Warriors of the Wasteland, I'd try and do, there's a film called Kung Pao. I think it was released at like the turn of the century, like 2000 or so. And basically what they did is they bought a, I guess, somewhat obscure, I think like Hong Kong action film. You know, a relatively, by the numbers, I guess, karate film from back in the day. And they redubbed it, and they also replaced the main character with a white guy, like the comedian, the main character, and it is so funny, or at least it was when I was in year 9 and 15. I haven't seen it since then, but it was very good. That was a cool map. I am sorry about your fences that are knocked down. Have a look at some of the online, see if there's any creative labs that are interesting, because I kind of just want to chill a bit. Okay, nothing I think these are things we already had a look at, which is fine. A little bit annoying, but fine. I'll let it slide this time. Best of the month. Max Performance Drag Race. Something in Russian. Okay, let's head back to Mexico. Maybe we'll have a look at online. Take out the taxi.
Welcome back, comrade.
Thanks for having me back, Anna. Appreciate it. You're a real G, Anna. I don't think I can say that as a 31-year-old white guy. I don't think I have the qualifications to call anyone a G. Okay. Online. Open! Road B class. We're gonna race for pinks. We're gonna go street. I think my all-time favorite, at least comedy films, is the Naked Gun series. Or just frankly anything with Leslie Nielsen in it. The Naked Gun, Flying High, or / Aeroplane, whatever you want to call it. Wrongfully Accused was also quite good. If a little bit reference heavy, still quite funny. Watch out, donkey! Donkey! A bit of a Shrek reference there, guys. Pretty poggers. Speaking of which, there's another Shrek coming out, isn't there? That's kind of wild. I've only seen Shrek 1 and Shrek 2. I have not seen the third one, and from what I've heard, that's not a bad thing. But I have heard that Shrek 4 is quite good. Really? Interesting. I thought it was almost universally beloved. I'm not exactly in the Shrek fandom. I'm not wearing a Shrek t-shirt currently. This is probably the most I've ever talked about Shrek, I think, in my life. Though on the topic of Shrek, I do unironically enjoy All Star by Hip Hop. All Star by Smash Mouth. That is a banger, unironically, and that is a hill I will die on. Bespoke and interesting is a fantastic way to describe anything. Oh, me? I'm bespoke and interesting. Glad you asked. Get out of the way, this is my Uber fare. Gee, the traffic is a little bit heavy tonight. I think I particularly like the naked gun, just thinking about about you describing your humor. I think I particularly like the naked gun because, and that series, even Aeroplane, I think, to an extent. There's no punching down, really. It's not kind of attack comedy, which I do enjoy. And it's not cringe comedy either, which I've never enjoyed. The first place has rocketed ahead. Put the music back on, sorry about that. Didn't mean to turn it off. I just didn't want to have a fat fighter played against me. By this guy in the Subaru. I think it's a Subaru, at least. So always gotta be careful when you run into people in this game, because there's a good chance that they will take this as a declaration of war and do their best to destroy you and everything you've ever loved. It's obviously not, you know, cool. But that is unfortunately how it is. Rate of power! Yes! 5 stars! I don't think the BMW M3 from '05 has 4 doors, so I think we're the fastest passenger car. But they were a whole 14 seconds faster, that's crazy. Hey, I was right, that is a nice paint job that man has. I don't know if they did it themselves, but it's pretty nonetheless. I'm probably going to call it in like 20 minutes or so. Because then I've got someone coming in to install a fan tomorrow. Ceiling fan. Bedroom. And hopefully that'll help. Because it's already getting quite warm. I think on Friday it's going to be like 29 degrees Celsius. Which is wild for August. I can't remember what it was last year, but I do... No, wild for... Yeah, it is August. Wild for August. Can't remember what it was last August, but I don't think it was this hot. I'm not super excited about how present the reminders of climate change are currently. I prefer if they were a little bit more distant, but, you know, you got to work with the cards you're given, I guess. Play with the cards you get. Play with the cards you dealt. There we go. We got it in the end. I dodged that. I think one of these other fellas bounced it into me. That's what I'm going to say. Well, at least you got to spend a good amount of time at the beach. Then again, I'm more of a winter fox, if I'm honest. Which is not good being an Australian, because we're very much a summer country. I just find it so much easier to warm up than it is to cool off. Yeah, lots of pockets is a huge plus. Yeah. I have never had a white Christmas. We were in New York for Christmas once, but all we got was sleet, and I don't know if that quite counts. It was weird being in America for Christmas, though. Outside of the fact that it was the first time we hadn't been, like, at a home for Christmas, we were in a hotel room. It was also the fact that, at least in Australia, everything is closed on Christmas Day. Everything but, like, the police or hospitals are shut. And it was weird being in New York, where it was not quite a normal day, but it was pretty damn close. I can't believe I need to start thinking about Christmas presents soon. Rude. No, that's a good call. I mean, I definitely wouldn't want to be working on Christmas unless I was getting a pretty nice pay incentive to do so. Okay, let's go. So the Camry's not bad. We've made a pretty good Uber car. It's suitably quick. pretty stable. It's unfortunate the hybrid version, so it's maybe not as fuel efficient as it could be. But we should get you there in time. So I think we get at least 4 stars, probably 5. Hey, you look out. You're the one who's running into me. Whoa. How dare you, Itachi? Betray me like that. We used to go as a family to church on Christmas Day itself. And I believe my parents still do. I personally will go on Christmas Eve. They didn't do it last year, but for a couple of years before that, my church would do a midnight, well, an 11 p.m. service. So it would finish on midnight, and it was really quite nice to be able to... It was a nice atmosphere. Very jubilant and stuff like that to ring in the Christmas Day. I used to do both. I used to do the Christmas Eve, and then turn around for like an 8:30 Christmas Day service, because Mum would invariably have to do some sort of cooking, so it was a bit of a tight turnaround. So there is, at the church I go to, at least last year, if I'm remembering this correctly, there was a 5 p.m., a 10 p.m., and I think an 8 p.m. Depending on how late you wanted to stay up, or like I know many people who would like to have gone to the later one had to go to an earlier one because they had hosting activities the next day. So they needed to get up early and, put the ham in the oven, all that kind of stuff. The trouble is we can't really do a candlelight service, certainly not at 6 p.m. I mean, we could do it at like 11, I guess, but we couldn't do it at 6 p.m. because we're in basically the middle of summer, so it doesn't really get dark until like 8:30. Which makes it a little bit difficult for that kind of stuff, unfortunately. It's a little bit difficult doing Christmas in Australia, I'll be honest. Because it's different from the Christian standpoint, because it's, much of a muchness. It's the same basic thing. And none of the hymns really reference the time of year or whatever. But if you're listening to like Christmas songs, from like all the crooners, like not Bill Cosby, that's not a crooner. Frank Sinatra, the Rat Pack, all that kind of stuff. Michael Bublé, or just like the traditional ones, Dashing Through the Snow. They're all very winter-based, and it's always been a little bit difficult as an Australian to do that, because it's never been snow at Christmas, ever. The closest, so as a result, there are quite a few Australianized Christmas songs. The first one that comes to mind is, what is it? I think it's 6 White Boomers. And it's not just about white homeowners, not that kind of boomer, but boomer, I think, in this sense, and before baby boomers meant a large kangaroo. And it's not. It's basically by default. Santa is often shown, you know, surfing in like a Hawaiian shirt or whatever. I'll have to try and find some. I do want to try and set up... I don't know why, but I'm feeling a little bit more invigorated in terms of doing stream stuff. Just after the break. You know, the weekend that I had off. So I want to try and set up my audio a bit better so I can play copyrighted music and then not get destroyed by DMCA stuff. At least through like separate applications, even if it isn't in the game itself. So yeah, that would be a good idea. I actually don't know any other Christmas songs than that. My personal favorite Christmas song, I think, is Frank Sinatra. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. I think that's Frank Sinatra. I might be wrong. If not, it's one of his contemporaries. Just his very kind of smooth way of singing it, and just the kind of vibe of it, right? Because even if it's not like the snow beginning to fall or anything like that, it does start to begin to look like Christmas, you know? Oh, did we just pip them at the post? You know, the Christmas stands get deployed and stuff like that. No, we didn't, but it was bloody close. 0.03 of a second in between us. It was a near thing. Yeah, I was just having a look at who I could who I could raid. I think I want to try and raid out to, because I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Basically 11 PM. I think I'm going to try and raid out to Scribbly Noodle. He's another Australian streamer that I watch, who I've never actually been able to raid because they're often offline by the time I'm streaming. Hey, we can raid. Okay, that's very exciting. Well, thank you very much for stopping by today. I know it's unexpected. It is, as it says in the title, and as you said, a surprise stream. Trying to make up for missing Friday's one, specifically the new Forza content. So, of course, if you like what you see, drop a follow. That would be much appreciated. Otherwise, check out my various social accounts at Twitter, Threads, and Blue Sky, or for updates on the stream, or my Instagram, TikTok, or Clip Manager YouTube channel for clips from previous streams. And of course, we have a Discord like any self-respecting streamer. I will be back on Wednesday, where we return to Bright Falls to continue the adventures with Alan Wake. We will then be back in Mexico on Friday for the new content again, and then back to Bright Falls once more on Saturday. I hope to see you there for those. Until then, I hope you have a good start to your week. And yeah, let's go say hi to Scribbly Noodle. They're currently doing some art, and I'm very excited to finally be able to rate them. All right. Until Wednesday. God bless.
It's very much like, yeah, you do that. Jow, I didn't know you were streaming. Welcome on in. How you doing? Stepped away from it. Yeah, more or less. Like I said, nothing has been. I haven't announced anything anywhere, but we are.